What's up, everybody? This is HBT with the Straight Up Wrestling Show, and I'm here, man. I'm gonna do a little live today. Right now, this is an early live. Chris and I, we will be on a little bit later. Chris and I, when Chris get off, we will be. I think we're going on around what 5:15 or something like that. And it's Cody Rhodes and the Chase. It's called Cody Rhodes and the Chase. Chris is the one who came up with this, so basically, we're gonna talk about Cody Rhodes and we're gonna talk about the Chase. And man, I did come on a couple minutes early. Couple minutes late. Guys, I apologize for that, but I was having some technical difficulties here. Man, I did come on a couple minutes early. Couple minutes late. All right. So just a second, guys. Let me turn down my tablet, man. I'm getting this echo. Okay. All right. But yeah, did come on a couple minutes late, but I apologize for that, guys. But man, right now, we're going to talk about a few things here. We're going to let's talk about, man, wow, I can't even exactly remember everything I said and how I said it, and I put it right there in the description category. But guys, just give me a moment and I'll be right with you on that. But yeah, we're going to talk about the indie shows that me and Chris, we're going to be doing this weekend. We got indie shows this weekend. AEW, the returns of the guys that's returning to AEW. And we're going to talk about the gang fights, man. The gang fights at AEW. And when I'm talking about gang fights, I'm talking about all these people coming out, joining the fray as these matches are getting over with, or before they get over. People getting jumped. And we're going to talk about the Nielsen TV ratings for all the shows, guys. So stick with me. Be right with you guys. Let me shut this closet door, guys. All right. All right, man. Appreciate you guys being here. I see a couple of you already here. I saw Jacoby Peter. That was Jacoby Peter's in the house. My man JL is in the house. Guys, our ride and die, guys. Appreciate you guys being, having our back all the time, man. Definitely appreciate that 100%. But yeah, as you come in, definitely, you know what to do, guys. As we always ask you to do, hit that like button, whatever platform you on Facebook, hit that like, share, join. If you're on YouTube, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, ding, 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 so you know when we're on. Like times like these, do the same thing over on Twitch and over on Twitter. Hit like, share, tweet, and retweet, man. Follow us over there on Twitter. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into some of this stuff. Me and Chris will be at a couple indie shows this week. Man, I forgot actually the name of the second one. I don't actually have off the top of my head, but over on Facebook, it is on there. But we will be doing a show Friday night. We will be Braden, my man Braden says, "Hey Harry, what's up, Braden?" All right, Friday night, man, we will be doing Battle Zone in Williamston, South Carolina. Doors open at 6:30. I think the show starts at 7 o'clock. But that's tonight. We will be doing that show tonight in Williamston, South Carolina. Battle Zone. Chris and I will be there, and I think we'll be joined by Danny Paris, and we will be doing, probably be doing some commentary. Danny wasn't actually going, but I think he's going because Chris and I is going to go, and Danny, every time he comes, he records the show. And unless somebody else is doing commentary there, we will be doing commentary. I'm pretty sure we will be the commentary team over at Battle Zone tonight. We definitely will be the commentary team at Salisbury, North Carolina. That show right there is a big show, has a lot of old stars on it. And Jackie and Bobby Fulton of the Fantastics is putting that on. So they will be there. Magnum TA will be there. Nikita Koloff, I believe, is there. The Barbarian is there. Barbarian will be wrestling. You have there's other stars there, man. I can't actually think of some of the other stars, but there's other stars there. You will have, let's see, not Brian Pillman Jr., the other guy in the Varsity Blondes. He will be there. Brian Pillman Jr. may be there. I know Arn Anderson is going to be there. So this is a big show. The last show that they did, I think they did a show a couple months ago in Ohio. They almost attracted 5,000 people at this indie show. It was a very good show. So these guys bring in the numbers. I will talk about that a little bit later today when Chris and I come on and do Cody Rhodes and the Chase. We'll be talking about that. My man Rick Joe is in the house. What's up, Rick Joe? Says, "What's up, Harry? Where's Chris?" Chris is at work. Joe. We will be doing the show at 5:15 today. The Chase, and we're gonna be basically talking about Cody Rhodes and the Chase, chasing after the title. My man Magnum in the house says, "Happy Friday, Harry, Straight Up Wrestling family, no doubt." All right, got a Facebook user. You need to come back to APW. We miss you. Hey, man, plan on it. Plan on it. All actuality, I was coming last week, then something popped up. But yeah, definitely plan on coming to APW. And when I come, man, I plan on coming 3 to 4 weeks because I want to see exactly what's going on, the inner workings at APW. Definitely got to get out to APW, man. You know, that right there is our home. That's where the Straight Up Wrestling Show started at. You know, Chris, myself, and Michael King. So, hey, basically, we definitely got to get out to APW, man, and see all the inner workings there, and hey, see where we can chip in or whatever needs to be done, man. You know, I want to see APW on top as far as in the indie world. APW definitely deserves that. APW, that's where I want to see APW because, like I say, I heard too much. You know, when we was out going over to APW, people didn't like us going. Some people didn't like us going to APW or whatever. But forget these people. But hey, that's all starts. That's all start. That's the battleground. That's where we come up at. And hey, I will be back at APW. APW is an important part of the Straight Up Wrestling Show and what Chris and I is doing, man. But hey, let me go ahead and jump. Brianna Nicole Price, how you doing, Brianna? Brianna Queen Enterprises, appreciate you joining. All right, but let me get to these comments real quick before I jump into any of this other stuff, man. I definitely want to go ahead and get to your comments. All right, JL says hello. All right, my man Jacoby Peter said, "Woo, let's go, no doubt." JL says, Cody Rhodes and the Chase, a special for him. Wait, well, I'll wait. Hey, man, appreciate you doing that because, hey, Chris and I, Chris came up with this. So basically, he called me. He wanted to do that. So we definitely going to do that. And I love talking about the chase. I love guys chasing after the titles. That's what made wrestling special. When long-term champions held the titles, and it didn't matter if it was a world title or a regional title. The regional titles was very important back in the day because you had Chase. You would have somebody with the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship or the Georgia Heavyweight Championship, and you would have guys who would chase that title for months and months until they end up beating the champion. That's the way it used to be, and that's the way it should be now. Even even an independent. If you have an independent long-term champion in the independent area, you can build that independent star to pretty much take over that little spot wherever your town at, wherever you at, and make him really popular and have somebody chasing that title. And especially if he's a heel, somebody coming after that title will make it very special. So definitely, man, we definitely gonna talk about the chase. All right. My man, Jacoby Peter, yeah, said Sup Harry, where's Chris? He's on his way. Yeah, like I said, my man Jacoby Peter, Chris is at work, and hey, you'll see him in a few hours here, couple hours really. And all right, JL says, I hope Goldberg shows up in AEW. He will be the star they need. Yeah, he would be. He would be. He might end up going to AEW. I mean, there's rumors floating around, but who knows? But we will get into that too. And JL says, what do you think of CM Punk wanting to return even after all of the drama? He calls. Hey, we're gonna talk about that too. That's one of the things I'm gonna talk about as far as the returns. All right. My man Braden says, hey Harry, what's up, Braden? JL, unless SmackDown is good, I know it is safe to say NXT was carried by one guy. Let's be honest. Oh yeah, okay. Braden, my man Braden says, yeah, I'll see you there. No doubt, Braden. We will see you there, buddy. Rick Joe says, sup, Harry, where's Chris? All right. Yeah, Rick Joe, like I said, I just now put that out there, man, where Chris at. And my man Facebook user, like I'm gonna go on there Facebook in just a second. Check that out, find out who that is for Facebook. One of the mainstays over there at APW. I'm pretty sure a real close friend of me and Chris is asking me that question. All right, my man, Madam, happy Friday, Harry and Straight Up Wrestling family. I'm at work, and the show is making the day go faster. No doubt, man. No doubt. I'm glad it is, Mag. All right, my man Braden says Gunner canceled and James Storm replaced him. Okay. So James Storm is going to be there tonight at Battlezone instead of Gunner. Okay. All right. Appreciate you letting me know that, Braden. I was looking forward to Gunner. Definitely he was going to get up there and give his testimony and stuff like that. Definitely was looking forward to hearing him get up there and give his testimony to Christ, man. That would have been pretty cool. But just gonna have to wait to see him next time. I think he's gonna be at the big show. I'm not sure. I think he's scheduled. I'm not sure in Salisbury the next day. All right, Rick Joe, you going live for the chase around 5, Harry? Yes, I am. Me and Chris, we will be live for that. The chase is not just Chris, gonna be myself too. Rick Joe, wait for the chase for Cody is tomorrow. Harry, well, it's today and tomorrow. Part 1 today. a part 2 tomorrow. Chris said it's gonna be 2 parts, man. But I wanted to go on and on. We probably do it every week. I'm gonna try to basically roll that, just make that a regular until this man wins the championship or wins a championship. But yeah, let's go ahead and roll with the chase because it's going to be very interesting to see Cody Rhodes chase the title. No matter if that's the WWE title, no matter if that's the Intercontinental Championship, it's going to be great to see him chase the title. My girl Brianna, hi Harry. JL, where was Jay? I am tired of these gang wars. It really gets on my nerves when there's more than 10 people in the faction. Yeah, exactly. We're going to talk about that. Is there really drama in local pro wrestling shows? Yes, it is, man. Big time. Big time, JL. All right. Let me get back to that. JL, I can see there will be a special for Rose. I am assuming this will be a series for more deserving individuals. The name is on the tip of my tongue. Man, you can forget about that. You already done ruined that for us, JL. You done ruined that. Everybody know who you're talking about. Everybody know who you're talking about. Man, if you would ask that a couple times, that would have been fine, and we would have done it. I still plan on doing something for him, but man, I'm just right now. No, I'm not gonna do it because pretty much you have pretty much put that on everybody's mind, and you, everybody who's a part of the Straight Up Wrestling family know what in the world you're talking about, and you have saturated the show with the name Braun Breaker. So he will not get a show for a while, man. So don't worry about that. I mean, later on, yes, I will do something special and talk about Braun Breaker because he is a breakout star, man. He is somebody who can be a huge star. And like I say, he needs as much publicity as he can when, get that stigma off of what his dad did, end up doing to him. And it fell back on him. But, man, hey, we're not going to do a show on your man. You can forget that. And hopefully he gets pushed up. If he put it like this, if he gets pushed up, he gets in the draft, and he goes early in that draft, I would do a special on him. Okay, I definitely would do a special on him. But JL, you're not gonna saturate it. Do not saturate him on this show. Anybody, if I hear any wrestler being saturated on this show, we will not do a special on him. We won't do it. That's all it is to it. So watch what you do, man. Because like I say, sometimes when you do things like that, then the only thing you're doing is hurting the individual. So don't do it. Please don't do it, man. Rick J, you going live around 5 o'clock tonight, Harry? Yeah, we're going 5 o'clock almost this evening, this afternoon. Chris and I, we will be going live. All right, Stephen Larry, sup, Harry? Happy Friday, man. Summer is here. One short season, laugh out loud. I know you got cold water now, Harry. Yeah, laugh out loud, no doubt. All right, man. Yeah, James Storm isn't wrestling though. Oh, wow. Well, hopefully we get a word from him, man. I mean, I know a lot of times these guys, they contracted through things and they'll talk to us or whatever, but they don't want to talk on camera. So, but hopefully we get a word from him, man. All right. JL Rollins walked out on Raw last week. I heard it was because of they cut his promo short and went home. I assumed he was on his heels, knowing BB was coming. But wow, man, I guess Rollins is upset with creative. You're a trip, man. Woo, we going live around 5 o'clock. Interesting. Yes. Damn, BB is blackballed now. Yikes, what did he do? No, what did you do, JL? Stop it, man. JL, stop it. What would you say is your favorite indie show? Man, wow, JL. My favorite indie show, man, is from here. We got indie shows here that I really like, but the best indie shows that I've seen have came from APW, and that's not just because my friend from APW is on here, but APW has put on probably the top 2 or 3. I say at least the top 2 shows that I've seen, and one of them was the first, the Scars and Stripes. That's the best indie show that I've seen in the Carolinas, man. In the Carolinas and in Georgia, that's the best show I've seen. But yeah, let me go ahead and check this thing out. Guys, I got to get over to Facebook. Go ahead and get to my page on Facebook because I definitely want to acknowledge our Facebook user over there. So I'm pretty sure it's a wrestler. Most likely it's a wrestler over there, APW. So wow, man, I'm having trouble with my Facebook. That's just flat crazy. But yeah, I'll get in just a second. Just a minute here. Just a minute, guys. Stay with me. And like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you coming on. Whatever platform you're on, go ahead and hit that like. Oh, okay. I know what happened here. I got to change something here because I changed. I got a new modem for my Wi-Fi, and I haven't put the password in yet here on my tablet. So give me a minute, guys. Excuse me. Let's see. Turn off this right here. Just go with that. Okay. Just go with my cellular data. Cellular data. Definitely want to get this whenever it comes in, man. It's still not coming in. I don't like this at all. There we go. Man, taking a long time. Taking a long time. But guys, we're about to get into a bunch. I'm about to get into some things here. Might not be that much, but I'm gonna get into some stuff because Chris and I, we will be on here in just a little while. In a couple hours, we'll be back here again. And so I basically want to definitely get into that part right there. I definitely want to get into talking about that. When me and Chris come on, so I don't want to be on too long. Wow, this ain't what I'm looking for. Man, what in the world's going on? Okay, here we go. All right, Charles Brock. All right, referee Charles. So my man Charles Brock says you need to come back to APW. We miss you. All right, and Brianna is over there on Facebook. But yeah, I definitely appreciate my Facebook family. Everybody over there on Facebook, my people over there at APW. We definitely need to get back out to APW, like I said, and check everybody out there. But guys, man, let's go ahead and get into what we on here, what we're going to be talking about here in just a moment. But yeah, I want to make sure I got everybody. JL talking about, man, you tripping. Man, wow, dude. Try to get into a little bit of the American slang, huh? American lingo. All right, that's all cool, man. All right, okay, yeah. For real, Braden? Oh yeah, AML is pretty cool. AML, I'll take that back. AML is pretty darn cool. All right. Braden says y'all need to have a special on Bronson Reed. Yeah. On the ups and downs of Bronson Reed, man, the guy who never was when it boils down to it. I mean, he did have a North American title over in NXT for a little while, but hey, we see how that turned out. Jo, what did I do? Innocent old me, I could never. Man, you're crazy. Braden BRM, my favorite indie is AML Wrestling. AML is pretty special, Braden. JL, I have been as quiet as a mouse. I have never made myself known. What did I do? Nothing, or am I tripping? Bronson Reed makes me want to study engineering. Yikes. He makes me motivated to do anything besides watching that sloth. He really is the opposite of the better Bronson. Man, you're a trip. Braden BRM says, JL, you tripping. Yes, he is, man. JL, I saw all the TV ratings have decreased. It's a shame NXT got a 520 man. They deserve more. Yes, they do. And we will talk about that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into some of the stuff, man. Let's get into some of the stuff. Yeah, indie shows this week. And like I said, these indie shows, Chris and I is going to be there. And man, speaking of the indie show, the first one, the one that we going to tonight, the booker there, his name is Boomer Payne. Boomer Payne is one of the best bookers in the industry. This man, if you talk about somebody who can turn a company around, if AEW really wants to turn a company around, they need to reach out to this man called Boomer Payne. Boomer Payne knows how to put together wrestling shows. I mean, he's a little old school. If you want to go back old school, WCW, old school NWA days, he's a lot old school, but he does have the modern wrestlers get in there and do their thing. But I'm saying the way he designs his shows and everything is the way that we grew up with and learned the business, learned to love the business, especially those who grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. But Boomer Payne always delivers a great show. And man, that's the indie show that we're going to. And the next indie show, I'm not sure who booked that, but it most likely it was Bobby Fulton. Jackie's a little bit older. Bobby, I think is actually all actuality, I think is Bobby's son, who's because we were supposed to talk to Bobby. And Bobby asked us to interview all the wrestlers that we can. So hopefully we get a lot of interviews in tomorrow, Saturday. We get a lot of interviews before the show, after the show. But yes, we definitely going to be up there. It's a 2.5 hour drive or something like that from where I'm at in Greenville. So it's going to be a while before we get up there. It'll take a while to get back. But yes, we will be doing that show. We will be doing that show tomorrow night on the that indie show. Gosh, I can't even think of the name to tell you the truth of it, but it's a big show. Can't wait for that. All right, next, man. Next, let's talk about AEW, the returns. We just now saw Jeff Hardy return Wednesday night. Say, so who's next? Who's next? Jay White just now actually they signed Jay White, but you could call that a return too, because Jay White was previously in NXT. I mean, not NXT, AEW. He previously been there. He has put together some activity. He's been involved with him before. So basically, you can call that a return too, but this time with a contract in hand. But Jeff Hardy returning, and we have CM Punk. There's rumors out there, and there's plenty of sources saying CM Punk is wanting to return. And man, with the way that wrestling is going, and as far as the ratings and everything, even with Raw returning Vince McMahon, will people thinking Vince McMahon have taken the things back over? Most likely he has, and his ratings have went down. It hasn't helped AEW. They talking about this is going to help AEW. This is the best thing for AEW, but no, AEW has, to their own demise, their ratings have fallen. Their ratings continue to fall. They did go up. They went from 833 to 877 last week, and then they dropped back down to 866, I think, this week or something like that. They dropped like 10, 11,000 people. So, and they had a 24% decrease in the 18 to 49 category. The real important, was it 24 to 49 category, whatever, the most important category as far as demographics that they try to reach out to, advertisers try to reach out to. They had a huge decrease. I think it was 24%, which is awful. They had more people between 12 and, what was the age group, 12 to 29 or 12 to 34 more people. They had a lot more people there that actually started watching the show. When I think about it, man, a lot of those things don't make sense. But yes, I can understand the major demographic that they lost, and advertisers definitely don't want to do that. But yeah, AEW, man, AEW ratings have went down the drain, and it definitely is that storytelling, man. It's no storytelling. It's no storytelling over there with AEW. All it is gang fights. And I'm talking about factions. I'm talking about people just coming out, gang fights all the time, just chaos, chaos, chaos. And when you have that, ladies and gentlemen, all you have is that is a cover. That is a cover for everything else that's going on. Man, if you leave the show and it doesn't matter who wrestled or whatever, there was bad matches or whatever, all you can remember, when there's nothing but chaos like that, all you can remember is everything going on, all the gang fighting and all the chaos. Man, think about it. Everybody out here who's been to a high school football game or been to, a college football game or whatever, especially if you've been to a high school football game, on a lower level, or been to a youth football game, and there's a big old fight break out. You don't remember anything about the football game. You hardly remember anything. Or go to a basketball game. You don't remember much about that game. You remember the fights. You remember what happened. All the fighting breaking out, and you taking off. You're trying to get out of there. So that right there is a distraction. That's a distraction to take away from, hey, it takes away from your show. And the sad thing about it is AEW had a real good show. I mean, it had a pretty good show. I thought they had a solid show. They had a 3-star show. It was a 3.5-star show until they kept until I think the female faction, the Outcast, decided to do what they did to Riho and what's the other girl? Sky Blue. The attack after that. Hey, it was a 3.5-star show. But you had the Blackpool Combat Club had to jump their opponents before they got to the ring. And they do it every single week, man. Every single week. Like I said, this is a game. This is a game, and I'm in it. That's all it is to it. All over AEW. It's nothing but gang violence, gang fights. I mean, you call it what it is or whatever. But until Tony Khan decides to say, let's let these guys win on their own merit. Let's build a tag team division. Let's stop attacking everybody. Let's let these guys win the match. Let these men and women win the match and walk to the back, and then come out and shoot a promo the next week, or come out and shoot a promo later in the day. Let them build themselves up like that. Let that happen. Let people be able to walk in the ring, have their match, take care of their business, and go home. That's called working. I mean, do you expect to get attacked when you go on your job? As soon as you go on your job, you get attacked from all different sides. I know people do. People, different bosses and things like that. But I mean, every single day, I mean, every single week, it has to happen. Come on, man. Come on. So, the gang fights is just a little too much. So AEW need to tone that down. I mean, they have a good product. They have a good product. They have talent. But hey, if you want that thing to step over into you want to step out of the AM into the PM, you want to impress people, man, you got to stop doing you got to stop all this in faction fighting, all this gang fighting, this all these all everybody getting jumped all the time, man. Who wants to see that? Who wants to see that? I mean, take it back. I mean, back in the day when I was in school, man, I don't care how many friends that person, if you're going to get in a fight with somebody, doesn't matter if that person you was fighting was very popular, had a whole bunch of friends. Their friends going to stand around. They're going to watch while you fight that person who can't stand you one-on-one. One-on-one. It doesn't matter if the popular person fighting the person who's they fighting somebody and that person don't have no friends around or whatever. All you had to worry about when I was back in the day was fighting that person, that other person. Don't matter if their friends was behind them. You didn't have to worry about somebody jumping you. You could be beating the crap. You beat the crap out of that guy. You didn't have to worry about nobody jumping you. Those other friends might have been against you, and they might have been they will be rooting for the other guy, but you didn't have to worry about somebody jumping you, man. A lot of that stuff started ending, man, in the late 80s and stuff like that, 90s, and people just started ganging people. And then they started shooting and all that, and that died out. And then now you see a lot of people, people out here fighting. I see, on Facebook and people say, no, one-on-one. So a lot of that stuff is returning. But in wrestling, it seems like they want to jump people, jump. And, it's not just AEW, WWE still do it too, but not on such a huge scale. They was last in 2021, they did it on a huge scale. 2022, pretty much too, but they was doing it on a huge scale too. But nothing like AEW. AEW has been doing this. They stopped it. They tried to stop it for just a short term to see how everything turned out. But now, man, it seems like they're in panic mode. Say, let's go back to this and let's just have chaos. Let's have chaos. So just in case we have a bad show, nobody's going to really be talking about that because they're not going to remember what happened. And I can't sit here and say Tony Khan is thinking like that. Hey, I don't know if he's thinking at all, to tell you the truth. The way this man get on camera and talks and pretty much and says, I have an announcement. This man looks like, he looks like he's out of it all the time. He really does. I don't know what he's on, man. Maybe he's on the, I can tell by the look in his eyes, man, that the guy's on some special fries. Just put it that way. Man, this guy be tripping me out. But yeah, all the gang fighting that we see over and over, the infighting, the attacks, man, it just have gotten very annoying. And I see, I see other podcasters on here that really love AEW, who's tired of it, who have a rant. I mean, that went on a rant about that. So it's just flat out crazy. And I'm just hoping Tony Khan, for the sake of the business, man, stop it. Just, stop it. All the gang fights is just, it's ridiculous. And that's what it is. It's gang fighting. That's what it is. I don't care what anybody say, factions or whatever, somebody got jumped. It's gang fighting, man. That's all it is to. That's all it is to it. And that's what it's promoting. All right. As far as the TV ratings, okay. In Raw, I think Raw, I'm just going off memory. Raw had 1.82 million, 1.8 million people watch Raw. And I think last week they had 2.4. Was it something like that? No, it was 2.4 after Raw. It was 2.4. Then they went down. After WrestleMania, Raw was 2.4 million. And the thing dropped all the way down to 1.8 million. So that's a week later. So 2 weeks later, now it's down to 1.8 million. They was at 2.4 million. So you lost a quarter of your audience that watched that when you had, watched the week after Mania. So you pissed that many people off. 600,000 people say, oh, forget this. That was a huge opportunity for Raw. Huge opportunity. So if Vince McMahon jumped in there to do that, man, then, sabotage his own product. I mean, that is awful, man. That is flipping awful for him to do something like that. That's just real stupid. I don't know who done that. And to tell you the truth, I don't even really think he done it. I don't think he had anything to do with that episode because this man was celebrating with Endeavor. They had a meeting earlier that night. I think he was out there celebrating. I don't think he had anything to do with it. And I think Triple H came on the scene a little late. I think somebody else, man, that worked for the company, was in charge that night, and they just pretty much did what they thought Vince would do. That's just me. If hey, if it's Nick Khan, he's gonna do what he thinks Vince is gonna do. And then last Monday night, it seemed like it was a collaborative effort between Vince McMahon and Triple H. I could see a little bit of both of them in that show. But from Monday night, this past Monday night, I think we gave it 3 stars. It was a 3-star show. It was a decent show. And then let's go to NXT. NXT come on the next night. NXT only drew 582,000. So they was down. They definitely was down. I think they did 656 during after WrestleMania week, or 660 or something like that. They had a huge jump in ratings, but they went down. In NXT, it is a shame because NXT right now, I hate to say it, outside of SmackDown, they are the best thing going on TV today when it comes to wrestling. The only thing that I can say SmackDown has over NXT, and that's because they in those big venues and the TV production looks so much. It seems so much larger. It's not that it's better. It seems so much larger, and it makes the show stand out a little bit more. That's the only thing I can really say that SmackDown have over NXT. But guys, let me get to some more of these comments here, man, because I definitely don't want to ignore you guys on the comments. Don't think that I'm doing that, but I definitely want to get into this, and continue to talk with you guys. All right. Yeah, JL says, Magnum, I know I have been toned down recently. Why are people holding my unique past on the truth as a negative? JL, let's call a spade a spade. NXT level up is better than Dynamite. I would rather watch FCW. AEW looks terrible. Braden says AEW needs to thank the Straight Up Wrestling Show for keeping me watching AEW. I hear you, Braden, no doubt, man. Mad Magnum says JL just having fun. Yeah, he is, man. He always do that. Mad Magnum, I agree with you, Harry, on the gang fighting thing. Yep. JL, Harry, you are speaking truth. Let them win matches on their own. I am looking at you, Carmelo, paper champ, man. I cannot stand cheats acting that way, but the BCC really are menaces. Straight ruthless. JL says NXT should hire me as a hype and promoter. All right. Braden says, is one of y'all going to 3 count? No. No. If it's this weekend, no. Let's see. When is this 3 count, Braden? It's not this weekend, is it? If it's next week, I might go. I'm not sure. But I definitely need to get back up to APW. But definitely, yeah, we're gonna get back to 3 count, man. 3 count 2. I mean, we done missed some of those shows too, but we definitely gonna get back to 3 count. All right. Oh, 3 count tomorrow? No. Both of us going to Battle Zone. Wow, man. Wow. So I know Boomer and Cruiser won't be there tomorrow. They usually use Cruiser's ring. They probably rented somebody else's ring. Wow, man. Wow. See, that's a dilemma. That's one of the dilemmas that we face as the Straight Up Wrestling Show. We got to get more people, man. Yeah. Oh, Brayden, you say you're gonna be at 3 count tomorrow? I thought you were gonna be at Battle Zone, man. I didn't even know 3 count had a show, Braden. I didn't even know they had a show, man. But that's very interesting. So you're gonna be at 3 count. Okay, yeah, we'll be at Battle Zone, man. But yeah, if you at 3 count, definitely give me a report on it. Appreciate it. Wow, I didn't know they had a show, man. I really didn't. I really didn't. That's one thing about Battle Zone and 3 count. They really don't advertise much. They really don't. They have their own group. They have their own group. They have their own fans, and that's what they stick with, man. They don't push. They don't try to get out here and push their shows like a lot of other people, a lot of other indie shows. And to tell you the truth, they really don't. They really don't. They still gonna pull in a couple hundred people, 200 to 300 people, even with the way they got it. They done built their base, their fan base. But hey, wow. All right, man. So let me continue on where we was at, which I was talking about NXT. Yeah, NXT, man. NXT is rocking. NXT is rocking it out. I mean, every time we do a show now, everybody's enjoying the show, all the way from the wrestling, the commentary, all the way from the commentary down to the wrestling promos. Everything is really good. The interview segments, everything is really good. The wrestling is good. Everything. Man, NXT, there's nothing bad anybody can say about NXT right now. NXT is putting in the work, man. Big ups to Triple H, like I said, Road Dogg, and whoever else is helping those guys because they put on incredible shows week in and week out, man. I definitely appreciate that. So let's get on to the AEW. Like I said, yeah, I already talked about AEW. Yeah, the AEW ratings, man. Like I said, they lost like 11,000. Man, all right, Motor Talk Wrestling. What's up, Motor Talk Wrestling? How you doing, man? Glad that you joined the Straight Up Wrestling Show. That you in here. You in with us. All right, let me go ahead and read some of your comments. All right. Okay, you going to? Okay, I'm sorry about that, Braden. I see that you see that, but Motor Talk, I will get to you in just a moment. I missed a couple comments here. JL, that would be sick to chop it up with you, Harry. I believe I will be a great instructor. I know a lot about pro wrestling, but I am assuming you know a little bit more. Your assumption should be right, JL, because I've been watching it, man. I've been watching it for 50 years. So, yeah, your assumption will be right. All right, Motor Talk Wrestling. My AEW Dynamite June 21 prediction. Punk doesn't show up, but get referenced by the Elite while staring down FTR setting up all in 100. Okay. Motor Talk Wrestling says my AEW Dynamite June 21st prediction doesn't show up, but get referenced by the Elite while staring down FTR setting up all in 100. So Motor Talk Wrestling. All right, cool, man. Motor Talk Wrestling. I'm glad that you joined the show, man. Hope that you're part of the show. You know, hey, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and I will go and I will be checking out your channel. So if you got a podcast, man, I definitely will be checking that out and seeing what you do. We definitely appreciate it. Me and my partner, Christopher Burton, will be on a little bit later. If you haven't seen one of our shows, whatever, definitely check us out, man. Maybe this, later today or tomorrow, when we do the chase, but we will be talking about that when Chris is together. When me and him together, we're good by ourselves, man, but we definitely are forced together. So definitely check it out, man. And welcome to the Straight Up Wrestling family. Appreciate you coming in, chiming in, brother. All right. So, all right. JL says, yeah, NXT is top notch. Braun Breaker has immaculate promos and matches and is a better writer than Tony Khan. Oh, yeah. HBK is doing a little bit of work to make it the best show. Okay, last mention of him. Okay, Motor Talk Wrestling says bringing CM Punk June 21st wouldn't make it special, but having FTR and Elite in the same ring referencing him. Yeah, I understand that. Would make it more special. That's true. Motor Talk Wrestling says you can't bring Punk after Blood and Guts or before Forbidden Door. Yeah, I agree. I agree there. I mean, you got to make it special if you're going to bring him back, because when it boils down to it, he's going to bring, doesn't matter what any of us think about him or, the ones who don't like him or whatever. I've been saying for a while now, they need to bring him back. They definitely need to bring him back to actually hit that ratings jackpot, but they need to bring him back into a more, it need to be a more controlled environment. I mean, Tony Khan, he can't let this guy just have free reign and just run all over the locker room and do the things that he did before. Because if not, I mean, it's only going to get worse the next time. Only going to get worse. Might not be for the first few months, 3, 4, 5 months, but later on down the road, something's going to break off and it's going to be worse than it was the last time. That's just the way it happens in life, man. All right, Queen Enterprises says, hi, Harry. JL Junk is understanding. He is a little rat and causes drama. Okay. Well, he did, man. He did. I mean, hey, and it's not the first time that he ever done it either. It's not the first time. So, I mean, man, I wouldn't blame Tony Khan if he doesn't bring him back. But, hey, Tony Khan, man, when it boils down to it, needs to bring him back. If you want to pop those ratings, you want to get everything back up, hey, bring him back on in. I've been pretty good. Been pretty good, Brianna. Definitely. Thank you. All right. Like I said, guys, if you are on our Facebook channel, definitely hit that like, share, join. If you are on YouTube, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell to let everybody know that we're on. To do the same thing over on Twitch and over on Twitter, hit that like, share, tweet, and retweet, and follow us on Twitter, man. And we definitely appreciate our Twitter followers because we have been getting a lot of views on Twitter, guys, and we definitely appreciate that. But one thing about what's funny about Twitter, guys, and I have to say this one thing about Twitter. We got a lot of people over there, but people really, they're not commenting or anything like that. It's just people watching the show. We get a lot more watching then we get a certain number of sustained viewers that's checking it out. But hey, we definitely appreciate it either way it go, man. Either way it go. But yeah, we definitely appreciate our Straight Up Wrestling family. And man, I definitely appreciate you guys joining me and hearing some of the, hear me talk about wrestling, let me talk about wrestling and talk about the gang fights, a little rant on that. But man, right now, I don't really have too much more to say. Let me see what my man, let's see what Motor Talk Wrestling, I don't know if it's man or women, says. Tony Khan, don't worry about selling out Wembley Stadium. Just make sure your match card is, just make sure your match card is very long storytelling, not what's up, not what you're doing with Warlow and Hobbs. I mean, man, don't have War take the belt. Don't have Warlord take the belt. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I definitely understand what you're saying with that, Motor City, because I mean, wow, I just don't know what in the world he's gonna do with that, man. Yeah, to get those things right for the upcoming show in Wembley Stadium, he needs to start now, having great storylines, everything to lead into that. So need to start now. No time to wait. He definitely need to be getting it done. Yeah, Braden says, I don't like Punk and his attitude. I understand that 100%, Braden. I understand that 100%. Queen Enterprises said, I support you. We definitely know that, Queen. We appreciate that, definitely. All right, more to talk wrestling says, if it was my decision, I would take Warlow to Ring of Honor challenging Claudio Castagnoli, Ring of Honor heavyweight champion, and have Cage officially with AEW only. Yeah, that to me, I would do the same thing. I mean, Warlow, I think they pretty much have ruined Warlow as far as in AEW right now. But I can't say they have for the foreseeable future, but for right now, yes, they have. They have to build him back up. And the way to build somebody back up, I have to go back to the old days, the way it was done. You have to build them up back slowly by beating some nobodies. So he really needs to do that, and he needs to have a struggle here and there, every now and then you get him up to the mid-carders. He beat the mid-carders, but you have to do all this stuff slowly. And I mean, the way they have got all this things set up, it's going to take another 5 or 6 months, man, to get him really back in the public eye and get him back respectable the way that they had him before. Because right now, you just have this guy. He just seems beatable. Doesn't seem much as a monster no more that he was before. He really doesn't. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Oh, JL, I timed you out. I'm sorry about that, JL. I timed you out I'm telling you, by mistake, man. I timed you out by mistake. Motor Talk Wrestling says Warlow needs a huge reset in Ring of Honor. Motor Talk Wrestling says build him up like you did Willow Nightingale and Emi Sakura and Sky Blue. Yeah, exactly. But don't have him losing as much as he's done with Sky Blue. Definitely don't have him losing as much. But JL, man, I am sorry. I did time you out. But that's what happens with this tablet. Like I say, I forgot to get this thing back going, man. This thing is messed up. This doggone tablet is messed up. Wow, JL, I'm trying to bring you back, man. But JL, you just gonna Brady said, JL, I just swipe out of the app, then come back. That's what I did yesterday. Appreciate that, Braden. Yeah, go ahead and do that, JL. But I didn't mean to do it, man. I really didn't. But ended up knocking you out of the stream for a little while. But man, you will be back here soon. Or like I say, just go out and come back. But yeah, this is all on the tablet, man. I definitely got to stop using this tablet for real. Because I can't get my old phone back going. I don't know what in the world's up with that, but but hopefully I'll be getting it back going here soon. All right. My man Motor Talk says Sky Blue is a walking jobber. We all know that until WWE calls her for NXT. Pretty much, probably so. Pretty much. And I tell you what, I mean, Sky Blue, I like her a lot. Thing about her going to NXT, she's another Cora Jade, man. She looks just like her. Looks almost just like her. So for Cora, a little bit thinner than Sky Blue. But Sky Blue could be brought in as Cora Jade's sister, man. No doubt. They look very similar. But I don't know. Like I said, besides all that, hey, I really enjoy NXT. this week. I did enjoy AEW to a point. I enjoyed it to a point, but yeah, all the attacking and all the infighting, man. I mean, all the attacks. Just I can't remember a whole bunch about it because hey, I remember the attacks though. I remember the attacks. I remember Jeff Hardy coming in, and I remember Sting. And Sting, man, hey, Sting need to go for one more last run as a solo wrestler, man, and put him in that top four wrestlers. Not saying give him the title, but put him in the top four. And man, Kenny Omega, you have got to get Kenny Omega in a position to where he's wrestling MJF for that title here real soon, within the next 5 to 6 months. And Kenny Omega needs to be the champion. Kenny Omega needs to be the one carrying that company. Not saying anything about MJF. I like MJF, but unless MJF is gonna wrestle, then he don't need to have that belt. He lessens the title, straight up. And the reason I think he's not wrestling, I think he's still injured. I think MJF is injured, straight up. I don't care what Chris says or anybody. It looked like he got better in that last fight. He wasn't as limping as much. Anytime he hits his knee, this man's screaming in some serious pain. But they definitely need to let Kenny Omega have that belt, get that belt back from MJF, because Kenny Omega, he is the one who makes everything. He's the one who moves the needle over there when it boils down to it. Not his partners, not his partners in the elite. It's Kenny Omega. Not the Young Bucks. Kenny Omega is the one who made that thing look legit. He made that title look just as strong as Roman Reigns when Roman Reigns had that Universal title and Bobby Lashley had that Raw title. Those two titles look like the strongest champions. They look like, they was the strongest champions in the sport, but Kenny Omega was right there with them. He was equal with him. He was equal with him. Reminds me of when Ric Flair had the NWA title, Bob Backlund had the WWF title, and Nick Botwinkle had the AWA title. They was all world titles, and they was very respected on the world stage. So, that's what prestige that at that time, I couldn't believe it in 2021. At that time, I think every single one of those wrestlers was worthy of being the top 3 wrestlers in the world, So in AEW, what kept them on par with the WWE was Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, I don't care how big Roman was, Kenny Omega was on his level when it comes to wrestling. Well, a better wrestler. He was on my man Bobby Lashley's level. Even though Bobby Lashley was a dominant champion, very dominant champion. But Kenny Omega, man, he made AEW look special. He made that title look special because of him. And, he reminds me of Ric Flair when Ric Flair was with Jim Crockett Promotions. Even though, WWE was way bigger than NWA, was bigger than Jim Crockett Promotions. Jim Crockett Promotions looked very special because Ric Flair was their champion. And they had the better talent. They had more talent. In Jim Crockett Promotion. He had some excellent talent, but Ric Flair reigned over them. He reigned over, he was above Sting. He was above Barry Windham. He was above Nikita Koloff. He was above Dusty Rhodes. He was above Tully Blanchard. He was above the best of the best at that time. He was better than Hulk and Animal. Even though Hulk would challenge him for that title numerous times. He was numerous times. Ricky Morton out of the Rock and Roll Express continued to challenge him. But he would always hold back those challenges. It didn't matter who it was. So, Ricky Steamboat. But Ric Flair was holding off those challenges. Terry Funk. Man, this guy was, when he carried that belt, he made that belt special. That's why, when he went to the WWE, WWF, Vince McMahon told him to bring the belt. Vince McMahon already had said how much he had respect to Ric Flair. He respected him so much because Ric Flair was a real world champion and defended that belt all over the place. So, man, that's the way I'm looking at Kenny Omega. Man, Kenny Omega is the closest thing. He doesn't have the flamboyance of Ric Flair. He doesn't have the mic skills or anything else like that. But the things he say he can do in the ring, he showed me straight up that he can back it up, man. Great wrestler. Harley Race wasn't the best on the mic, but Harley Race was the best wrestler in the world. And that's the way I look at Kenny Omega. Don't look at MJF like that. Was MJF on his way to being one of the best wrestlers in the world? 100%, man. 100% in 2021 and early 2022 before he got hurt, man. But it seemed to me that the man got hurt and he's not defending the belt. He's not defending the belt. I don't care how good he talks. And, hey, that right there done slowed down people too because people turning off the set when he's talking now. The only time he picked up some people last week when he got up there singing and doing all that stuff. Doing that, and people tuned in for that. But every week, his segments haven't been bringing in, because they was used to bring, anytime he got on the mic, seemed like people call up people and everything, because they would jump up 50, 60,000 to 80,000 sometimes. AEW would jump up every time that he cut a promo. But now every time he cuts a promo, they lose 20, 30 to 50,000 viewers every single time. And you got a lot of people out here, they don't want to acknowledge that, man. They do not want to acknowledge that. But it's happening. It's happening. And like I said, the last time he picked up viewers, he was out there singing. So people tuned in to see what in the world this guy was out here doing. All right, JL, I see what you're saying, man. All right, my man Motor Talk Wrestling says Billy Starks and Action Andretti and Top Flight would fit NXT. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. Billy Stark, man, Tony Khan, I think he just signed her. Everybody said he did sign her. But man, wow. What an 18-year-old prodigy. Talking about a great wrestler. Very athletic. She's got it, man. She definitely has it. All right, Action Andretti, very good, very good. But I think he dropped the ball there. And Top Flight definitely would fit NXT. They definitely would. But hey, we got to wait and see what Dante Martin comes back and see how he's going to come back and see how he's going to do. Hopefully Darius stays active, doing what he's doing, because Darius got fat there for a little while, man. He had a little gut. Darius don't need to have a gut like that, being a top high flyer or whatever. All right, man, Motor Talk Wrestling, Darby 2, because it's being reported that if Allen loses the next time, he's not resigning with AEW, but got people thinking MJF leaving. But multiple wrestlers like him love taking the blame off themselves. Yeah, but yeah, Darby Allin definitely a big fit in NXT. All right. JL, damn, I was poking the bear and paid the price. I get it, my man. It is what it is. Another accident. I mean, we all have them. It was an accident, JL. I'm telling you, I didn't mean to knock you off. I can touch this tablet right now and knock somebody off. Straight up. Motor Talk Wrestling says Omega can't leave AEW anyways. That's like saying Bayley and Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins leaving for AEW. That's true. All right, JL. What? Roman and Bobby were not the most strongest looking champions at that time. Yes, they was. I'm saying they were strong looking champions for their respective companies. Yes, they was. Yes, they was. I'm not saying they the strongest looking champions ever. There's no way in the world I'm saying that. I'm saying they represented SmackDown and Raw. Roman with the Universal belt and SmackDown, and Bobby, he devastated people as the Raw champion. They should have kept that belt on him. He was devastating people. And Charlotte was over there devastating people at that time. That was a great run by all three of those guys. And man, and like I said, Kenny Omega, he put together some classics over in AEW at the time. So man, so I don't know what you're talking about, JL, but yeah, Roman and Bobby in 2021, 2022, early 2022 was great champions. JL, Punk must have gotten some guidance that he needed. You called him junk, though. Who said that he needed it? That is why Braun Breaker was not in the Fatal 4-Way. He was busy giving Punk the guidance. Wow, dude. I don't think Punk been anywhere near Braun Breaker. Man, you with this Braun Breaker. The, the biggest guidance in the world, right? Wow. Motor Talk Wrestling. The only person I see from WWE leaving is Mustafa Ali, because he still haven't resigned. Just extension. Oh, he still haven't resigned. Just extension. Oh, he signed an extension contract. Okay. Wow, man. I got to get. Oh, wow. Give me a minute, guys. I got to get back. Okay. JL, Ali needs WWE. He would be another Callisto. And where is he exactly? Yeah, he definitely needs to stay over there, JL. I mean, because if he goes to AEW, I don't see Mustafa Ali moving up or anything. Impact, he might do pretty good. But AEW, I don't see him having a great career if he goes there. Motor Torque says Jay Mustafa Ali only did contract extension just like how Omega got right now. Okay. JL, look at Melo. He won the belt. He has not wrestled since. He is making the belt look like a joke. Look, he just now won the belt, man. Come on, JL. It's only been a couple weeks. All right. Danny, I'm online, man.
Oh, okay. What time you want to meet?
I'm not exactly sure. I call you back in just a little bit. Give me about 20, 30 minutes, and I'm gonna call you back and I'll let you know. But this is
Okay.
Danny Paris on the line, everybody. This guy will be out tonight. This is our podcast partner. Commentary partner too. So basically, but yeah, Danny, we'll be meeting up probably a little bit out the wow. Because at 5:15, me and him, we're going live. So you need to wow, let me call you right back. That's all I can really say. Let me finish up this podcast, all right?
Big weekend for Independence. If you guys ain't, you got somewhere to be there because it's gonna be. There's all kind of independent wrestling around this weekend.
Oh yeah,
So stay home.
no doubt. All right, Danny. I don't have you piped into the microphone, so but yeah, I think people done heard you. But yeah, I definitely will be talking to you later. Let me finish up this. All right, talk to you later. All right, I'll give you a call back in about 30 minutes. Okay. All right, stay tuned. All right, bye. All right, later. All right, guys. Sorry about that, but yeah, he definitely need to know when we're gonna meet up. But it's gonna be kind of hard because me and Chris we're gonna be doing that show at 5:15. Like I say, come and join us for the chase. Chris and I we will be doing the chase today. All right. Wow. Let me see what I got here. All right, guys. Um, Motor Talk says when MJF and Darby did that brutal match in MLW Wrestling with Darby coffin drop on wheelchair turnbuckle is what made Tony Khan sign him immediately. And with AEW, a lot of people don't know that. Okay, cool. Yeah. JL, I may be slightly embellishing. BB a tad, Braun Breaker a tad, but what is going on with MJF? He never wrestles. JL Mello should vacate since he clearly does not want to wrestle. He is worse than MJF. He is holding up the division. Man, get real, JL. Get real. He's not worse than no MJF, man. With and he's not holding up the title. My man Motor Talk says Trey Miguel and Sammy Callahan and Jordan Grace would fit NXT too. I agree there 100%. JL, I heard Sammy and KO are dropping the belts because Saudi is not wanting Sammy, who is Syrian, in the country. Yep, that's true. They don't. They do not. So I hope they don't drop the belts because of that reason. But yeah, Sammy is not going over there, and I know they do not want him over in Saudi Arabia. But hey, man, it is what it is. But like I said, man, me and Chris will be back on here at 5:15 for the chase. Definitely join us at 5:15 for the chase. And wow, man, just look out for some interviews and things that we'll be doing at these two indie shows that Chris and I will be at. Tonight we will be at Battle Zone, and tomorrow I forgot the name of that show, but I'll be giving you the name a little bit later today. But guys, definitely stay straight up. Appreciate you joining. And hey, I am out of here, guys. Peace. See you later. Okay. My man Motor Tor says I saw that too, JL. JL says, okay, peace. But Braun Breaker is the international role model. Yeah, I hear you, man. But yeah, definitely appreciate the Straight Up Wrestling family joining me. And Motor Talk, man, I hope you're part of the Straight Up Wrestling show. If not, man, thank you for stopping by. And hey, definitely we'll be checking out your channel and see what you got. All right, man. You guys have a good one. See you later, Brayden. See you tonight, man.